Hello my co-hosts, hope you're doing well. I'm your host, Tyranno Senpai, and welcome to today's episode of Tyranno Senpai's Toy Reviews, and I'm pretty sure I had that angle wrong. I don't know, we'll find that in post. So, the first of the Tyrannosaurs are out from Beasts of the Mesozoic, and oh boy, it's such an exciting time for us, especially me. Anyway, so, that's what we're unboxing today. But we're not just unboxing any T-Rex, no. We have a very special kind. Behold, the Beast of the Mesozoic. Walking with Dinosaurs Kickstarter exclusive Tyrannosaurus Rex. Ah man, this has been such a long time. You know, it feels so surreal to finally have these figures like available. Like after 3 years of being, well, almost 3 years of being teased about these figures. It's so exciting to finally have one of these in my hands. It's so cool. Oh my god, I can't wait to open this up. But anyway, before we, get the figure out of the box, let's talk about the packaging. This sleeve here is absolutely gorgeous with the Beast of the Mesozoic over here across the top and the word Tyrannosaurus here, covered in like this orange text box. And of course, the Tyrannosaur symbol over here, that is very reminiscent of the Walking With Dinosaurs like Dromaeosaur logo that we see. Man, a lot of this really hits the nostalgia bone because I loved watching Walking With Dinosaurs when I was a kid, and obviously the T-Rex segment was my favorite of the bunch. It was so awesome. And then of course we had the Creative Beast Studio logo here, down here on the bottom left of the packaging sleeve, and we have, here in the onward circle, 1/35th scale. So this is not 1/18th, this is 1/35th scale. And we turn it to the side. Here we have the Beast of the Mesozoic, again with a lovely picture of the Tyrannosaurus that was painted by Raul Ramis, I think. We have Tyrannosaurus again, dinosaur action figure. We turn it to the back of the box. Here we have some general information about the dinosaur. We have a picture of the photo, and of course all the Tyrannosaurs that are coming with Wave 1. We have the Creative Beast Studio logo down here and over here. And of course all this text here saying, the Tyrannosaur series, collect them all. Kind of like Pokemon in a way. And we have the creativebeast.com for more information and stuff. We turn it to the side. We have a window here, which shows dinosaur action figure, Tyrannosaurus Rex, and a window here that gives us a sneak peek of what we're going to see. The Beast of the Mesozoic logo here, that's very reminiscent of the BBC logo. We turn to the top of the box. Again, that beautiful T-Rex symbol with the Beast of the Mesozoic logo up here, and so on and so forth. Age 15 and older. I'm pretty sure this is what it says. Yep, adult collectors, ages 15 and older. And then, of course, we have the bottom of the packaging, with the code in case you want to look for that. And join the Dinosaur Toy Revolution. Don't know why that's highlighted. The creativebeast.com for more products and information. And of course, all the major stuff down here. And then we take off the sleeve. There we go. Here it is. Oh my god, this looks so beautiful when you see it like in person. So here we have the Beast of the Mesozoic packaging here, and you can see the Walking With Dinosaurs T-Rex inside, and it looks gorgeous. I can't wait to pop this thing out of the box. It's gonna be so awesome. And then of course, the only major difference aside from the window is the back of the box, which has all the Wave 1 Tyrannosaurs, but instead of their concept art, it's actually their photos. So we have the 1/18th scale T-Rex, the 1/35th scale T-Rex, the juvenile T-Rex, the Utyrannus, the 1/6 scale Dailong, and the Guanlong, all of which are pretty cool. And I can't wait to have some of these in my collection. Although it looks like there's a fault in this box. It looks like one of the straps that's holding this T-Rex in place has somehow gotten loose. I'm not sure how that happened, but the figure seems fine overall. I don't see any sign of damage. So I guess we're now done talking about the packaging. Let's bust this out of the packaging. So as per usual of Beast of the Mesozoic, this figure comes with, instructions on how to assemble your T-Rex, how to, put on the tail, how to switch out legs, the neck, and of course, how, you can stand it up without a base, which pretty cool. And of course, do not force stiff joints. Apply low heat to allow movement. So obviously I used a hair dryer for this because I feel like that's better for this sort of figure. And of course, no Beast of the Mesozoic collection would be complete without a collector's card, which we have here of the T-Rex roaring over a dead Edmontosaurus, which looks awesome, by the way. I love this kind of artwork, and it's so gorgeous. Like, look at this, it's so cool. And then on the back, we have the Beast of the Mesozoic here over the top with the Walking With Dinosaurs sort of logo over there on the top. Art by Raul Ramis. The figure here, like in the picture. And of course, some general facts about the dinosaur, which is actually quite a lot. I don't think I'm gonna read over it this time, but this is still pretty cool. Like, oh wow. Now the weird thing is I don't know if anyone else has had this sort of happy accident, but somehow I've actually ended up with 2 cards. So yeah, I have 2 cards. This is kind of funny. And here is what you're all been waiting for, the Walking With Dinosaurs T-Rex itself. And it is beautiful. Look at that. So let's go ahead and talk turkey. Looking at this through the camera, you can see all the tiny little details. This is absolutely incredible. We see, giant scales along here, along the snout, and then we have smaller scales where the anterorbital fenestra would be. We have this rough texture here, almost kind of sharp texture where the snout is, and of course, it gets smoother along the orbital crests over here above the eyes. We have a very rough feeling throat, and the paint application on this skull is absolutely incredible. It looks like it has like a dark brown, almost black sort of color scheme with tan dry brushing over the lips of this T-Rex. We also have like a paint here over the top of the skull, which has like some black wash over the top, which is really nice looking, which also fades over to the eyes, which again has that nice dark brown wash and a bright red eye with a brown pupil. Looks absolutely amazing, very reminiscent of Walking With Dinosaurs. And then we turn to the throat. It has this signature red throat that we see mostly only in the Walking With Dinosaurs T-Rex. A Prehistoric Planet also kind of had that for a little bit. And then we go on to the body. We see all these tiny little scales. Like, look at that. The detail on this is absolutely insane. Those tiny little scales. That's so cool. And we have these wrinkles in the neck. The skin kind of reminds me of a cross between a monitor lizard or an elephant of some kind. Then we open the mouth, which is very satisfying to open, by the way. Look at that. Look at these teeth. These look so good. Definitely a lot better than the Raptors, considering that these teeth are significantly bigger. And we have a nice, like, pinkish red paint on the inside, where we actually have sculpted in nasal passages on the upper jaw. We have some nicely painted muscles, and the mouth and teeth are actually painted with a gloss or varnish of some kind in the mouth and in the eye, and along the claws, which we'll see soon. But this looks great, and we also, of course, have a posable tongue back there, but it's kind of hard to get your finger in there without, getting bit. So there's that. So we move on to the neck. We have muscle definition, we have wrinkles, and we have these these tan stripes going along the back, which look very nice and detailed. And then we go on to the side, more of that crisp detail continuing on. Like, these scales are so tiny. How did you do that? And then we move on to the arms. Here we have, a well-rounded arm with kind of like these orangish brown sort of claws, which have a nice gloss painted on them. And then we move to the belly. We have these black, dark brown spots along the belly and like an orange dry brushing as it fades into a nice yellowish tan underbelly, which looks amazing, by the way. And then we move on to the hip. Nice round hip. We go to above. It doesn't have the Hammond Collection hips, which is amazing. So that's absolutely awesome. When we move on, we have muscle definition here along the thighs. We go down to the calf, a huge bulging muscle here. We go on to the ankle, nicely painted details, the continuation of the dark brown and the dry brushing of the orange and the yellowish tan sort of thighs here. We go down here, we see more of those faint tan striping along the ankles and the feet. And then on the toes, we have some beautifully sculpted scales. I mean, look at those scales. Those scoots look absolutely gorgeous up close. And of course, they all end with scooted toes, with three toes, all of them painted like an orangish brown and painted over with a gloss. And we look at the bottom of the feet, they're also extremely detailed. I mean, the holes are there, but that's perfectly fine. It's meant for help to stand. And then we have, all these scales and pads under the feet. And we go down, we can see the cloaca, which is something you don't normally see in dinosaur figures. And then we have the long tail, which is all wrinkled, continuing on with that dark brown paint. And then as it fades into the tan we see here, we still have that orange dry brushing all the way to the tip of the tail. I gotta say, you guys, it's not Walking with Dinosaurs perfectly. It can't be, because it doesn't have the box head or any of the other inaccuracies. But this is as close as we're gonna get, and this is absolutely beautiful to look at. Like, I love this figure. Like, I knew as soon as this thing was released, I had to have one of these, and it's so awesome to finally get one in hand. So now, without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at some comparisons. So first up on our comparisons, here we have it alongside the beast of the Mesozoic 1/18 scale Velociraptor, which is definitely not in scale. Seeing this is a 1/35 scale T-Rex. It's so awesome to finally be able to have one of these though. And here we have it alongside the 1/18 scale subadult Triceratops, which is actually pretty close in scale to an adult Triceratops if these were the same scale. Maybe the Triceratops might be a bit oversized. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see until the next review when I unbox the 1/18 scale T-Rex. That'll be fun. And one more for comparison, the only T-Rex I have that's around this scale is the Jurassic World Live Tour T-Rex. They're about the same length, so they're around the same scale, with this T-Rex having a slightly bigger head and, other proportions. But anyway, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and move on to articulation and accessories. This thing definitely does not have a lack of range of articulation. So if we open the mouth, we can see that, that it has a very fluid open and shut motion. The tongue can be articulated. I would love to demonstrate, but at the moment, my fingers can't exactly reach in there. We also have a movable head joint. It goes up side to side, and it can go up and down. We also have the neck joint here, which can also move side and give us a great range of movement. And I know people have been talking about this hood being a problem, but in all honesty, in hand, it doesn't look that bad. And then, of course, we can also move the neck up. We can move it down. We can also move, the midsection of the animal side to side. It can move up and down. It's kind of stiff, but I'm pretty sure this is the range of movement you're looking at. The arms can go in and out, and the elbow can bend about that far back and about this far forward. And then, of course, we move on to the thigh of the dinosaur, and it has a surprising range of motion. Like, look at that. It can move that far forward, maybe even more. I just don't want to break it. And about this far back, at least. Maybe even more. I mean, the joints are really stiff, and again, I don't want to really break it. And then, of course, we have leg articulation. No knee articulation, but we'll get to the reason why later. And this one is very stiff, but it can move about that far back and about that far forward. It's really stiff, so you're really going to want to put a hairdryer on that. Then, of course, we move on to the tail. It's on a ball joint. It can go back, forth, up, down. And then, of course, we have another ball joint here at the midpoint of the tail. Then it could go all the which directions. And then, of course, another ball joint here on this tail. And it is a wire, so you can bend the tail any which way you want. So that does it for this kind of articulation. But we're not done just yet, because this T-Rex also comes with accessories that help with posability being more accessible. So with all the Tyrannosaurus figures, I'm not sure if it applies to all the Tyrannosaurs, there is a pair of alternate legs which are fully posable. You have the joint here over the top, and we also have a posable ankle which goes back and forth and side to side. And of course we have the foot here, which is all the ball joint that can go, you know, up and down and side to side, which is all really cool. And we have different kinds of feet. Here we have the flat feet, you know, for a static pose. We have two curved feet for when, you know, you want to show one of the feet being lifted up off the ground. And we have a set of toes that are actually close together to show, you know, feet off the ground. It's important to note that only the static feet here are the only ones with holes in them. So if you want to pose your T-Rex, it's got to have one foot with a hole in it. And here is the base that you can stand your T-Rex on, and it looks gorgeous. We have some nice grayish brown rock texture with some gray wash, and then we have like this green here, like sort of like a moss or some sort of vegetation with like very different shades of green. We have light green, we have dark green, virgin black, and we also have these nice brown vines that go along. And of course we have two metal struts here for which the T-Rex will stand on, which we will demonstrate shortly. So to remove your T-Rex leg, just pull it near the joint, twist it, and then it comes off. And then just pick out the new foot and shimmy sham it up there. And of course, to remove the foot, you do the exact same thing. Just pull it out of the joint, just like that, nice and easy. And for my hack, when you're replacing the feet, the one with 2 pads only instead of 3 like the others is the innermost toe. So this is the right foot of the animal. So we would have it go right around, and there you go. It is securely placed on. So now, without further ado, all that's really left to do is to pose and conclude this review. And here it is, all posed up, ready for action, and ready to star in Walking with Dinosaurs. You know, living life. I gotta say, you guys, this T-Rex is by far one of the best figures I've ever had. It has an amazing sculpt, amazing paint, and the posability of this thing is absolutely amazing. Like, I don't know why anyone wouldn't want one of these T-Rexes. I mean, obviously this one won't be available in stores. This was only a Kickstarter exclusive, and as such is only available if you participated in the Kickstarter and backed it to a certain degree. But yeah, this is absolutely incredible. I love this T-Rex. I love, you know, the Tyrannosaur line, and looking forward to the next review, because in that one we'll actually be unboxing the 1/18 scale standard edition T-Rex, which I'm really excited about. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's review of the Walking with Dinosaurs T-Rex. If you did, leave a like, subscribe today, hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything new. Link to the Discord and my Twitch in the description down below. And until next time, this is Tyrannosaurs signing off. Alright then, take care now. Bye bye then.